Hello everyone. Before we continue to talk about parallel and perpendicular line slopes, I just want to review one form of the linear equation, and that is slope-intercept form. So the general form for that is y equals mx plus b. M represents your slope. B represents your y-intercept. So that is, we have a line over here. Let's say it looks like this. Where the graph hits the y-intercept, that's our B. And then our slope is our rise over run, which is how the y's change over how the x's change. So change in y is up and down, change in x is left to right. So let's look at an example. Let's say I have the equation y equals 2x plus 7. So we're already in slope-intercept form, right? So our slope is 2 and our y-intercept is 7. Once we've identified the slope, it's pretty easy to figure out what the slope of a parallel line would be and perpendicular. So the slope of a parallel line, if you remember, is the exact same. So my slope is 2 here. All the parallel lines would have a slope 2. Let's see why that's true. So let's pretend my line looks like this and my slope is 1. My slope is 1. Let's say it's 1. So rise 1, run 1. So my slope here is 1. If I want a line that's going to go on forever and ever and never touch my other line, it also needs to rise 1, run 1, rise 1, run 1, forever and ever and ever, so it never touches that other line. So they're parallel. In this case, of course, it's 2 instead of 1, but this is a separate example. What about perpendicular? So our perpendicular slope, remember, it's the opposite reciprocal. So our slope here is positive, so our perpendicular slope is going to be negative. Remember, every whole number has a denominator of 1. We just don't write it, it's repetitive. So the reciprocal, we flip it. So it would be negative 1/2 would be our perpendicular line's slope. Alright, so now that we've seen an example, let's move over to our notes packet. Example 2 here, it says find the slope of a line parallel and perpendicular to y equals 3x minus 7. So the first thing we wanted to do is identify our slope. Remember, it's always the number attached to the x. When we're in slope-intercept form, it's got to be in slope-intercept form. So our original slope is 3. Parallel slope is the exact same. So the original slope is 3. Parallel lines all have the slope of also 3. And if we want a line that's perpendicular, we need the opposite reciprocal. So opposite of a positive would be negative. The reciprocal of 3, remember, it's really 3 over 1. So it's negative 1/3. Alright, that's it for this video. I'll see you in my next one.